Hello, welcome out to our Maker Monday 8-bit bead art. Following up last week, we had our model robot making with our Gundam. This week, something a little bit easier, a little bit less expensive. These are all little bead arts. You can get these kits starting for, I think, under $10 on Amazon. They're not too expensive. They come with a lot of beads, so you can actually make a whole bunch with them. And the only tool that you need is going to be an iron, like an iron that you use for your clothes, like one of these guys here. So, these are pretty straightforward, but they do take a little bit of patience. But as we're all mostly locked inside in our free time right now, that's something we hopefully have a bit extra of. So I'm going to start out. I've got some folks from the Zelda franchise here. And the way you're going to do these is they give you a board to build onto. And if you notice, it actually has little hooks. If you get more kits, every kit kind of comes with one of these. So you can kind of make a huge one eventually if you want. We're not going to do that tonight. I don't want to risk messing it up live. So I'm going to try and stick to something small and maybe not mess it up. We'll see. But as you can see, it just has like kind of a color guide. And so in this one, it looks like we've got brown, much lighter, like a pale color, like a skin tone, green. And I think that's it. Just the three colors in this one. So hopefully should be pretty easy for us to do. Hardest part might be me looking into the bowl that's on top of everything. But we're going to get these and start up. And I'm actually going to start with some greens. And we're just going to count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are empty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here, our first green dot. And you don't want to be careful with these because they're designed to be peeled off later, so they are very loose. They wiggle around quite a bit. And it looks like we have 4 of these greens across the top. Oops. So here we are, we're starting our little Link hat. And it looks like the next row, the green starts back a little bit. So I'll just do the rest of this green part first. And I hope if you're joining us or watching this on a rerun that you're having a good day, that you're able to join us for other Maker Mondays and other things that we have going on at the library. And if you do have any questions or just want to chat, feel free to speak up in the chat. One thing I will say about this pack is that they've got 2 shades of brown that are kind of close to each other. There's like a maroon and then just a straight brown. And when you're looking in a giant bowl filled with hundreds or thousands of little beads, you can kind of mess them up. And if you hear me sniffling and suffering, I'm not sick. It's these sudden 40-degree change in temperature has not done great things for my allergies. So I'm suffering with a little bit of allergies at the moment. But don't worry about me. It happens at least twice a year. Oops, I missed. Every couple minutes I might back away just for a minute to blow my nose and come back. I think I'm going to take my first little mini break like that now. Sorry if it's very loud. But this is the curse of bad allergies. Alright, so we were on line 3, and this is the first time we get the light skin color. And so I've got 2 greens. If I don't flick them across the room. A lighter one for the skin color, for what I'm guessing is supposed to be the top of his ear. And of course I'm goofing some up trying to get that one in there. There we go. So we've got that one for the top of his ear, and then 2 more green. 1. And 2. And while we're here, if you do have any computer questions or questions about things going on at the library, I can try and answer them as best as possible. I can't promise I have an answer for everything, but I can always get in touch with somebody tomorrow who does, so don't be shy. I personally run the computer classes, which we are starting to do virtually. So there are a bunch of those that you can sign up for and come to our Zoom meetings, stuff about Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint. And then we also have it so I have one-on-one Zoom tech helps. So if you need some personalized assistance in a private setting, we do have that option available now as well. And just trying to make sure I'm on the right line as I continue doing this. And this bead is giving me trouble. And if you've got big fingers like mine, tweezers can be helpful on some of these. And now the rest are the darker brown. So there we go, we're getting the top of our head. We've got some hat and some ear in there too. And now on our next row, we're actually starting out with the skin tone bead. And then a green one for what I think is going to be part of the eye. Oops. Oh, I put a blue one in there. There we go. Oops, and that's still the wrong kind. Skin tone. That's the wrong kind. Wow. It really does not want me to put this one in there. There we go. And if you had a little container, you could separate all these by color as you get them, rather than fighting with a giant bowl like I am. But I did not work that far in advance on my beads. So 1 green, 2 more, and a darker one, and then 3 more light ones to finish the ear. Alright, there's that. And our next line goes way out. So I'm actually going to build to the right and then to the left. So underneath this, we have a single bead, then 2 more and green. And then we'll build back from that where the eye was, which is the darker brown. And then 2 more of our skin tone. Oh, now I messed up that whole row. Another thing to keep in mind is you do not want to pick these up once you finish. I tried to pick one up to move it just a foot away so I could get it to the iron easier, and I ended up dumping all of the beads. So you do want to be careful and mindful of that. Go. There we go. Took a few tries, but we got it. So there's that. Now we have 2 more skin tone. 1. Oh, I'm really having a tough time on this line. Guess I should have brought some tweezers out tonight. There we go. 2 more skin tone, 2 more brown, and then 3 green. And I think this is the row that goes almost all the way to the edge. Ooh. Oh, and now we can finish off the little tail of the hat. Might as well do that now. Why not? There we go. All right, our next line, we have a green and then some open spaces. 2 open spaces and then our skin color bead. So that should pick up again right there. Three of them. Oh yeah, grabbed the wrong color. Like I said before, the maroon and the light brown start to look very similar when there's hundreds in a bowl by each other. Alright, so with that piece, 2 blanks, and then, oops, I didn't need this one yet anyway. Goes through a whole bunch of the skin tone ones. So up there's 2, and then down here there's 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then we have 2 empty spots. That is another line done. All right, next line. We've got some green, that's being the hilt of the sword. And then we have the sword going way out with that brown color. actually going to cheat a little bit here with the last line. 1, 2, that one. And so now I know that ends right there. Instead of counting the big long piece, count the short amount from the next line at the end. I'm just going to grab a handful of beads here and get out some of these that we're using a ton of for the sword. And get one more handful. Because we're going to need a lot of this color. Alright, that should be a decent amount for now at least. Get us a little bit closer. Yep. I think I found one of the darker ones in the middle of everything. Now I've got to try and fix it without breaking everything. There we go. Oh man, all those I pulled out only did the next line. Looks like I gotta take a minute and get some more. Oops. And let me grab a few more before we continue on. 'Cause even after the sword, we need a bunch more of these. For the arms and the legs, it looks like. So at least we'll have some of these ready to go on some of our later lines. Oops, and did I lose one? Yep, looks like I lost one. I was going right there. So there we go, put that back. Let's finish this sword. Alright, grab some greens and finish the hilt. Then we'll go back to working on the body. And that goes one past, two past, and then one back in. Sorry, so there's our sword. Now we are ready to continue on. Now we need some more of the skin color for our character here. Carefully drop that in. Oop. Not one of those. One of these, very carefully. Oh, we got it. And then we need two more and then a green. More than a green, and then another line of the 3. Alright, so let's do some complete lines before I completely get away from where I am. So I am on this line, I've got that, I've got 1, 2, 3, I need 3 more, and then the rest of the row is green. There's 1, 2, and 3 beads in my hand, if I can get the third one. There we go. 1, 2, 3 placed, and then we've got, it looks like 5 green to end the row. Alright, that is another row done. Looking good. And this side I'm going to work from the other side out since I kind of know that it's finished. And hopefully not confuse anything. So there's 2 greens there under our long row, and now this one is a bunch of those hard to find browns that I've already pulled some out of. And then looking at it here, under the eye is still a lighter flesh colored one. So we'll drop that in there. Alright, we've got another line. And so the next one, we've got the green, skin color, green, skin, one more skin. And we are back into sword and equipment color, of which I've only got 2 left here, so I'm going to have to grab the bowl and dig out a bunch of these again, because we've got a lot that are in his body. Sorry if that was just very loud on the mic. And I'm just going to scoop up a whole bunch of these so I don't have to maybe stop and go to the bowl for a few minutes. Or at least not for these. The greens are a bit easier to find. All right. Back at it. So we had green, skin, skin, and then brown, brown, all the way till the end, but we do have one green then at the end of it. That green lines up directly under the other. It doesn't go out any bigger. So we'll put that there so we know to stop. All right, another line down. And from there on the next line, we have a green underneath and then sticking out. And then it looks like quite a few of these brown ones again. Until we have one green one at the end of the line. Actually, let me not put that one in just yet. I'll leave it right there for now. Grab this green one. Coming down off the eye is where it ends. So it should end there. And then everything between these two spots is our favorite color. All right, end of that line. After that, we leave a blank space, and then down here, we get two of these, three green, there we go, three green, three more of these, and then four more green. Three, and now four greens. We're getting real close to the edge here, so it's a good point to check and say, hey, did I mess anything up? I should have one extra space. And I do, so it looks like we're safe for now. So, on to the next line. 3 lines to go. We're getting close to the feet so that our little sprite can run. 2 browns and then 5 green. So let me just grab up 5 green. And then after that, 5 of the brown again. Okay, 1, 2. Guess I'll just leave that there so I don't mess it up. It's a tough spot to get into, I guess. Really hoping I don't mess this up as we're on the last 3 lines. But I keep on getting real close. All right, 4 and 5. Uh-oh, did I do something wrong? Because that looks off. Yep, I think I was supposed to put in one more green. There were supposed to be 6 greens. So flick that one out. Put it back on the end where it goes. And drop in our green. All right, another line down, 2 to go. We're getting close. We haven't bumped it and lost all of our progress yet, so that's good. So 2 of these here, and then 3 on the end of the line, and the rest are green. Oops, not down there. And then the rest are green. This is our last big line. Then we are on to just the little pads of the feet for our 8-bit link here. Oops. All right, so there's that line. And now I need 7 of our favorite color. 4 for one foot, 3 for the other. There's 4. And it goes out 1 past here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 3 for the last spot. And then we are ready to press this together. All right, so now we are ready to melt this into one big piece. So I'm going to carefully move my beads and hopefully get this board off. You can see we've got our completed guy there. And so these kits, they all come with a piece of paper that it's safe to iron on. Little heat-resistant paper that you can push through. And you don't have to do too much pressure with these. Theoretically, you're kind of leaving the holes open on it, but I go a little overboard and probably do too much ironing so that they all just get closed up and try and kind of turn it into a big solid piece. I might have to turn the heat up on this. It's looking a little light on the heat side, so let's crank this up. If you're a kid doing this at home, make sure you've got somebody watching you. Don't do this on your own. This does get very hot, can get very messy. And you can kind of see through the paper as it starts to do what you want. It kind of sticks to the paper a little bit so that you can kind of tell you're getting your effect. So you can see right now I'm kind of getting stuck except for down here on the sword. And actually up on the hat you can kind of see it's already closing out the holes like I was talking about. So I like to actually go what would probably be the wrong way on these, kind of get the holes closed up. So I'm going to wiggle this around and hopefully not mess it up in the process. But I like it when it looks like that because then it's kind of a smoothed out piece. We're getting pretty close. I think the sword needs a little more attention. That might be it. I'll head up the rest of it a little just because. All right, I think we are good to go. So now if I peel this paper back from it, oh yeah, I got those sealed up pretty well. So now we've got our completed links right there. And it does look like I got two of those red ones in that I was talking about, the maroon that's kind of close to the brown. So I did mess this one up with two beads, but that's okay. Beads are pretty cheap. These are just fun little things. You can see to do this one, it's not a huge piece or anything. Still took me over a half hour. Nice little relaxing thing. You're not going to stress out about it. I'm going to leave this one on here to set and cool for a couple minutes. I don't want to just pop it off just yet. But here you can see some other ones we've done in the past at the house. There's one with a flesh-colored Triforce. I don't know why they didn't put any yellow or anything in the kit. Looks kind of creepy to me, but it's what the kit gave me. And then we also got a Harry Potter kit because we liked those. So we've got a bunch of house crests here. And we also have other things that we can make with that one. And these, again, they're pretty inexpensive. Probably only, I think Zelda was on sale for under $10. I think Harry Potter is a little bit more popular, so I think that one was $13 or $14. But not terribly expensive. And you can make a whole lot with them. So I've made these two Zeldas. I think I've made a few more. And I still have all of these beads left from it. So you can do a lot of little projects with these. Or you can put these plates together and make one big one. Since that took so long, I think that is going to just about wrap us up, just because I don't want to start another one and then have to quit halfway through it. So we're just going to do the one for tonight, and I think it's dry enough now. It's kind of peeling off the plate. Yep. So now I've got our completed. We can see on the other side how it would look if I left the circles out. And on this side, it looks a little bit smoother. I like that look better. Also, that is still very hot, so you don't want to only let it sit for 2 minutes. I just kind of melted my fingertips a little bit, but not too bad. So that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Make sure you check us out next week. Jess will be doing a Maker Monday for jigsaw puzzle preservation. You can catch my video from last week about building model robots. In October, we are going to be continuing. I don't know exactly what different things we'll be getting for you, but we'll be getting some more library staff to share at least one or two things throughout the month with you. And as always, stop by our Facebook, our website, allbright.org. You can find all of our events, all of our things going on there. I am the computer lab instructor. We have virtual tech help where you can meet with me one-on-one in a Zoom room, and I can try and help you out. And we have classes and things. And then we've also got the return of Movie Wednesdays coming back in October. I believe October 7th is the return of that. Socially distanced, you do have to wear a mask. And it's limited to, I think, 20 people in the Henkelman room. So we are going to try and bring that back, but do it as safely as possible. So if anything, make sure you check us out and stay safe out there. Have a good night. Bye.